What's going on YouTube? 0088 here, and look man, I don't watch Death Battle often, but when I do, it's when fucking big motherfuckers gonna fight. Like, come on, this is a battle of gods right now almost. This is as close to Superman and Goku. Like, Doomsday has killed Superman. Let that sink in. Doomsday has killed Superman before, right? That's one. Two, Hulk gets more powerful the angrier he gets, and his anger has no limits, which means his power has no limits. Superman, as established by Screw Attack, has no limits. Doomsday killed Superman. What the fuck is gonna happen in this? Now I've got to check this shit out. I've set the scene for you. Let's watch this fucking fight. It's a go. It's gonna be a long one. By the way, if you guys want to see the... Actually, you know what? I kind of want you guys to see my reaction to the...
Pure, unadulterated rage. Usually...
Look, for this one, I want you guys to see my reaction to their... what's it called? Their analysis. Their analysis is actually the main part. The fight is just like... I want to see how they analyze these two characters. And I want you guys to see my reaction to their analysis. So...
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
Doomsday and Hulk, what a great pair! Like, Doomsday's proven himself by killing Superman.
Each of us, oft times, there dwells a mighty and raging fury, and this suits no one better than the mild-mannered scientist Bruce Banner.
Cause when Bruce gets angry, oh boy, Bruce was so smart that his alcoholic dad literally thought he was a monster, and expressed that to Bruce pretty thoroughly. God damn! How much distance do you think you got there, Wiz?
9, 10 feet.
How
can you backhand the baby and the baby goes flying fast?
His wife right in front of Bruce. Well, he loses Bruce's brain power. The Hulk is ridiculously strong. He can leap great distances, survive the harshest environments, and most importantly, smash the crap out of everything with his bare fists.
He also knows a technique known as the thunderclap, which creates a shockwave that can deafen foes, level forests, and push back explosions.
As if he needed anything more than that, the Hulk has a healing factor that gives Wolverines a run for his money.
You're healing. You should be dead.
He's super strong and super hard to kill. What's not to like?
Well, there's one little detail that kind of ruins the whole experience. Bruce can't really control the Hulk. In fact, the Hulk is his own being, and they both hate each other, vying for dominance over Bruce's body. And yet, Bruce and the Hulk are often reminded how much they depend on each other for survival.
Bruce figured if he was stuck with his big green Goliath forever, he might as well try using it for good, eventually joining the Avengers, Defenders, the Fantastic Four, and even the Illuminati.
Hulk has held up a 150 billion ton mountain, escaped Earth's gravitational pull with a single jump.
And one time when a planet's tectonic plates started splitting apart, threatening to shatter the whole world, he just jumped right in there and pulled the planet back together.
The estimated average mass of a single lithospheric plate is nearly 45 quintillion tons, and the Hulk pulled 2 of these together with nothing but his bare hands.
And he's not just strong and tough, he's more than twice as fast as a fighter jet, which puts him over Mach 5 speeds at least, and he can always go faster if he's pissed off enough.
This is because the Savage Hulk's strength is directly related to his anger. The angrier he gets, the more powerful he becomes. In theory, this means his maximum level of strength is potentially infinite. And when he taps into that immeasurable rage to the fullest, he truly lives up to his name of World Breaker.
Bigger, stronger, and oozing with gamma radiation, the World Breaker Hulk is so powerful, with a single stomp he created earthquakes felt hundreds of miles away. In his battle with Sentry, basically Marvel Superman, they almost destroyed New York. And when battling another World Breaker Hulk, a single collision between them obliterated an entire planet.
Even the mutant Darwin's power, which specifically adapts to counter any enemy, decided that the best defense against the Hulk was to be somewhere else.
Holy hell! Who could even stand up to this?
Could he fight Superman?
Not many, obviously. Typically, Bruce does his best to contain and limit the Hulk's power. In fact, World Breaker Hulk is a result of Bruce relinquishing that control entirely. In terms of combat, usually only cosmic beings like Silver Surfer or Zeus have the might to challenge the Hulk.
Oh yeah, like that one time Zeus hit him so hard it burned out his healing factor.
But even gods sometimes have to learn the hard way. You do not mess with the Incredible Hulk.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
I had to show this last, didn't I?
Puny god.
What if all you had
Doomsday.
ever known was hatred
I
and
feel like Hulk's got this one, you
violence
know.
and pain? This life is reality for
The Doomsday
Comment,
killed Superman.
Doomsday, yeah.
Doomsday possesses enormous strength, incredible durability, and poisonous spikes which can extend. But due to
Poisonous
Bertrand's
spikes.
experiments, Doomsday's greatest power of all is his ability to adapt to his opponent's powers.
After taking his sweet revenge, Doomsday stowed away on a supply ship and ravaged dozens of planets until he finally found himself on Earth.
On that day, Doomsday did the unthinkable. On that day, Doomsday killed Superman. Well, kind of. He actually put him into a super sleep. After several days, he kind of woke up more powerful.
Yeah, we all know Wiz. At least Supes took Doomsday down with him. Or maybe not. Turns out, whenever Doomsday dies, he just comes back to life, forever immune to whatever killed him in the first place.
Can't beat me the same way twice.
He's been punched to death by Superman, blasted apart by the Radiant's energy, brutally ripped in half, incinerated by Imperiex, and just curb stomped by a Kryptonian horde.
Practically invulnerable at this point, Doomsday's taken on Darkseid, tanking his Omega beams and beating him to near death. He
Shit.
single-handedly defeated most of the Justice League and took on an energy attack that wiped out a fifth of a planet.
He's punched through the Phantom Zone, battled super beings called Gogs for a century, and even broken Wonder Woman's arms. Arms strong enough to help pull the Earth.
And during his rematch with the Man of Steel, after witnessing Doomsday survive an explosion equivalent to 1 million nukes, Superman
1 million
realized the only
nukes.
way to stop him was to send him to the end of time.
At his most powerful, Doomsday's mere presence can boil the ocean and disintegrate buildings. A casual stroll across Africa made wildebeest an endangered species.
Because Superman killed him as well,
But when
I
he's got
think
his
Hulk
strength,
has got this
he
one.
really lacks in brains.
Hulk has got
Not
this
that
one.
he's dumb, he just literally lacks a brain. More often than not, Doomsday is little more than a one-track mind-killing machine. This makes his intentions predictable, and a clever opponent could use this to, say, lead him into a trap. And should that foe come up with a new way to hurt Doomsday, he could be killed.
Still, that's gonna be pretty goddamn hard to do.
The movie's sick.
Time for a death battle!
Here we go. Sick idea. Doomsday and Hulk. The hell? They couldn't bother to design the people. Just to run out of time. This looks sick. I love it when they do like 3D, like CGI.
Hulk smash ugly cycles!
Oh, that was sick. Go for the boss. Shit. that's it. The classic Hulk police gloves. Police car gloves. My money's on Hulk still, man. He's got this one.
Hulk, thank you. Hulk hates spiky bears.
Hulk hates spiky bears. We're gonna break his hand then. The fuck? What's off his face?
Break buildings good. But Hulk, break wall.
Oh shit, World Breaker Hulk. Shit. It's not even hurting him. World Breaker Hulk. Oh shit. Oh. That was sick. What did he do to his arm? Oh shit, I'm going to regenerate like that. Oh my god. He's stabbing him up. I wasn't expecting that. Explain it to me. Explain it to me.
Oh, that was beautiful.
With the Hulk's immeasurable power and Doomsday's impossible immortality, this truly felt like a fight between an unstoppable force and an immovable object.
Hulk may have had the advantage in raw strength, at least at his full potential, but Doomsday could certainly hold his ground. His victories against the likes of Superman and Darkseid prove he can take a hit from someone strong enough to break planets.
Yeah,
And by experience,
that's true.
Doomsday had the speed advantage. He regularly fights foes with light speed capabilities, while that kind of speed is an extreme rarity in the Marvel Universe. In fact, the only foe that fast who Hulk's ever seemed to keep pace with in a one-on-one match was Sentry, and that was when he was at his most powerful stage, Worldbreaker Hulk.
So overall, Hulk has strength.
Yeah, DC characters are just fucking OP as fuck. That's what it
Like it
is.
could go either way.
Which means the devil's in the very tiny details.
So why couldn't the Hulk's infinite strength just keep rising and eventually overwhelm Doomsday?
Well, even assuming Hulk's strength was infinite, his healing factor was not. Don't get me wrong, it can only be overtaxed by hits from absurdly powerful beings such as Zeus or Sentry, whom Doomsday certainly compares.
Naturally, Doomsday's crazy strength and speed started wearing that healing factor down.
Here's where it gets a bit tricky. The Hulk may look like a giant green monster, but he's still technically human, and his power directly correlates with his anger. A human being's anger stems from an increase in hormones and adrenaline in the body. However, the brain can only produce these chemicals at such a rate for a limited time, eventually giving up and turning apathetic. Therefore, Hulk's limitless power could never have existed without his healing factor. It's the key. It allowed his body to continue producing hormones and adrenaline far beyond the norm, theoretically an endless supply, thus increasing his superhuman power to an immeasurable degree. So, Doomsday overtaxing his healing factor meant the Hulk could no longer
That is so
maintain his
cool how they
increased rage
like
and Hulk form.
how they explain
Yeah,
that.
that's why there's a bunch of times in comics when a huge impact forced the Hulk to turn back into Bruce Banner, including that battle between Worldbreaker Hulk and Sentry. With his healing power beaten down, he literally couldn't keep himself angry enough to stay in Hulk mode.
I love science, but there's still one more thing. Thanks to his battles with Superman and other Kryptonians, Doomsday has evolved to a point where it's basically impossible to kill him with brute force alone.
So Hulk couldn't have killed him by just getting angry enough to punch harder than Doomsday ever felt.
Precisely. Here's the proof. Superman and Doomsday eventually had a rematch, in which Superman was much more powerful than their first battle. As we discussed before, Superman's power is also potentially limitless by way of continually absorbing solar energy, and at this point in his story, he'd begun to discover that.
But try as he might, despite his increased power, Supes couldn't kill Doomsday with blunt force a second time.
Ultimately, Doomsday's immunity to being ripped, impaled, incinerated, blasted with energy, and being beaten by blunt force from both focused and multiple sources means Hulk just didn't have the options available to take Doomsday out before his healing factor was overtaxed.
On this day, Hulk met his
That is so interesting and cool how they just like
The
went into
winner
that.
is Doomsday.
Doomsday's a beast, man.
Next time on
They had to make him Kryptonian and flipping Batman and Superman. There was no way he was winning. There was no way they was gonna end that fight.
Hey guys, I'm Ben, I play Wiz, this is Chatty Plays Boomstick, and
Oh,
next
man,
up we
that's
got
really
Zorro
cool.
from One Piece.
But yeah, DC characters is just OP as fuck. Marvel's more, they're not grounded, but they try and be a little bit more grounded than DC. So I never thought of it like that. I never thought of it like that. Obviously Hulk's anger's gonna run out at some point, isn't it? So yeah, that's really cool. That's really interesting, man. Doomsday. The thing is though, they never do Doomsday that good in the films or animations. Anything else would have probably made Hulk fucking win that fight. Everyone always thinks Hulk's impossible to beat. So that means Superman will beat Hulk, right? What do you guys think? Superman will kill Hulk, isn't it? I think so. With brute strength. Brute strength, Superman or Hulk. Let me know, you guys, in the comments. Superman's like they said, he's as good as any writer wants him to be. So Superman's like the strongest fictional character ever created, it seems like. But yeah, that was a cool fight. Well done, Screw Attack. That's my reaction to Hulk vs Doomsday's death battle. If you liked it, give us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you again. Peace.